At the upper chamber, opposition senators had a field day grilling Mislatel Consortium's Dennis Uy as the Senate Public Service Committee continued its probe on the third telco. Mianos Baños has the story.
For the first time, Udenna CEO Dennis Uy faced the Senate inquiry on issues hounding the entry of third telco player Mislatel. Udenna is part of the Mislatel Consortium, which initially won the bidding for the new media player. Senator Antonio Trillanes took the opportunity to confront Uy during the hearing. The senator believes Uy was favored during the bidding because he is close to President Rodrigo Duterte.
Are you close to President Duterte?
Yes,
Yes, you're close to him. Nag-contribute ka sa campaign ni Mr. Duterte?
yes po, at nag-contribute din po ako sa
Okay,
iba.
how much?
As declared po, I think contributed 30 million.
Marami na ako nakitang rito mali. Whether conflict of interest.
The Department of Information Communications Technology meanwhile explained that they did not take into consideration Uy's relationship with top government officials. They said the selection committee considered only the documents submitted by the consortium. But Senate Minority Leader Franklin Drilon revealed that Mislatel had already committed several violations before it had even been chosen as a third telco. The senator said that in 2015, former shareholders of the Mislatel company transferred the majority of its controlling interest to the group of Nicanor Escalante, who is now Mislatel's CEO and president. Drilon said this was done without seeking the approval of Congress.
When it transferred control in 2015, ignoring the Senate, ignoring Congress, and they did not even care until this came up. So, to me, this is a gross violation of their franchise, which has been there for the past 3 years.
We did not acquire the company. We just came in as additional shareholders.
In the hearing, it was also revealed that Mislatel was granted franchise in 1998, but it failed to operate as a telecommunications company. Based on the law, a telco should start its operations a year after it is granted its franchise.
The company was ready to roll out in Parang, Maguindanao in 2003, according to our records. But the peace and order situation in that area in Parang, Maguindanao did not allow the company to operate.
Your franchise would have allowed you to operate somewhere else, and the explanation should be done to Congress, not anywhere else.
Drilon believes it is now time to revoke Mislatel's franchise because of its violations.
We can always pass a resolution which says that the franchise is hereby revoked. This is a privilege granted. There is nothing that will prevent us from revoking the franchise. It is ipso facto void, meaning you even don't need any action because it is ipso facto revoked.
But Mislatel insists only the Supreme Court can decide whether to revoke or not its franchise.
There is a due process requirement for it to be revoked, and a direct action for quo warranto is the proper action to take. So until such direct action is undertaken by the state, collateral attacks on a franchise are not permitted.
While Mislatel's franchise is in danger of being revoked by Congress, one possible solution is to apply for a separate franchise for the whole consortium, comprised of Udenna Corporation, Chelsea Logistics, and China Telecom. This was already approved in the lower house, but it hasn't reached the Senate yet. The consortium has until February 17 to get a new franchise. Uy meanwhile said his company did not violate any law and that they had gone through the legal application process.
We want to assure the committee and the public na walang nilabag na kahit anong rules ang Mislatel at gagawin namin ang lahat para protektahan ang interes at seguridad ng Pilipinas.
Reporting for News 5, Mianos Baños, we are One News.